Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that's going to shake the doubt right off of you. And when it shows up, oh, you won't even recognize yourself. What you went through wasn't random. That pain you endured, that heartbreak, that disappointment, those lonely nights, they weren't wasted. See, sometimes it's the very thing that almost broke you that becomes the birthplace of your breakthrough. You didn't expect to cry that long. You didn't expect to be betrayed by the ones you trusted. You didn't expect to be left picking up the pieces alone. But what you didn't expect is exactly where the unexpected blessing is being born. Because pain has a way of preparing us for power. It digs deep into our soul and makes space for strength we didn't know we had. Sometimes life has to strip you of what's comfortable so it can introduce you to what's destined. And while you were busy trying to survive, heaven was building something behind the scenes. That valley you walk through, it's sacred ground now. Because that's where you found out who you really are. That's where God whispered, "I'm still with you." And now the blessing that's on the way will make you say, if I had never gone through that, I wouldn't be ready for this. What hurt you was real. But what's coming is greater. And when it arrives, you'll realize the pain was the pathway. You've been waiting, haven't you? Praying, hoping, wondering when it's going to be your turn, watching others get their breakthroughs, their blessings, their moments. And you're thinking, God, did you forget about me? But let me remind you, just because it hasn't happened on your schedule doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Heaven doesn't operate on our clocks. Divine timing doesn't bow to deadlines. What looks late to you is right on time in the realm of destiny. See, we live in a world of instant gratification. We want it now. We want it fast. But God isn't in a rush when He's developing something great. He's not interested in quick fixes. He's building a foundation that can hold the weight of what He's about to release in your life. He's aligning the right people, opening the right doors, and closing the wrong ones, all in perfect sync. But here's the thing, you have to trust the process even when you don't understand the pace. You may be standing in what feels like a delay, but it's not a denial, it's a divine setup. Because when it hits, it's not going to be small. It's going to be more than you imagined. And when it shows up, you'll understand why it had to take time. You'll realize that if it came earlier, you wouldn't have been ready. So don't give up because it hasn't happened yet. Hold on. Stay faithful. Keep preparing because the blessing is not late. It's loading. You ever feel like nothing's happening? Like you're praying, you're working, you're staying faithful, but life just feels quiet? That silence isn't punishment. It's preparation. When it seems like everything around you is standing still, when you feel hidden, overlooked, forgotten, that's when the real work is being done within you. Because some of the greatest transformations happen in the dark. Think about it. Seeds don't grow in the spotlight. They grow underground where nobody sees them. Hidden, buried. But while they're buried, they're being developed. Roots are forming. Strength is being built. And at the right time, they break through the surface. You're the same way. You're not buried, you're planted. And the silence you feel is sacred. It's the space where God is working on your character, your resilience, your vision, your spirit. The world may not see your growth right now, but heaven does. Every quiet step you've taken, every tear you've cried in secret, every battle you've fought behind closed doors, it's not unnoticed. It's all part of your preparation, because when your moment comes, when that unexpected blessing arrives, you won't just receive it. You'll be ready to carry it with grace, with wisdom, and with power. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to see the full picture. What you need is faith, because faith is the power that moves before the facts show up. It's trusting in something greater, even when everything around you is screaming it's not possible. And that's where the blessing begins, not in your hands, but in your belief. See, most people want to believe after they see it. They want confirmation, evidence, proof. But that's not how the biggest blessings work. They come when you believe before the breakthrough, when you speak life over your situation while it still looks like death. When you thank God in advance, even when you're surrounded by lack, by loss, by delays, because your words shape your world. And your faith is the blueprint for your future. You've got to believe it when there's no support. You've got to believe it when the doors are still shut. You've got to believe it when you're walking through the fire, knowing that you're not going to burn, you're going to come out stronger. Your faith is a declaration. I may not see it yet, but I know it's on the way. And the moment you start walking like it's already yours, thinking like it's already yours, praising like it's already done, that's when things start shifting. That's when the blessing starts aligning with your belief. So don't wait to believe it when it happens. Believe it now and watch it chase you down. You ever look back and thank God for the doors that didn't open, for the people who walked away, for the opportunities that slipped through your fingers? At the time, it felt like rejection. It hurt. It confused you. It made you question your worth, your direction, your future. But what you didn't see then and what you will understand now is that those closed doors were divine protection. You thought it was a setback, but it was a setup. That relationship that fell apart, it would have drained you. That job you didn't get, it would have boxed you in. That deal that crumbled, it would have taken more from you than it gave. Sometimes God blocks it not to punish you, but to preserve you, to keep you from selling for less than what He has in store. Because not every yes is a blessing. Some are traps dressed up in opportunity. You were praying for breakthrough and God was saying, trust me, I know what you don't. And even though you couldn't see it, He was guiding you away from danger and straight toward destiny. That no you cried over was God's yes to something greater. And when you finally walked through the right door, the door with your name on it, the door that was built just for you, you'll understand why the others had to close. So stop mourning what didn't happen. Stop trying to force open doors that God Himself shut. That rejection wasn't the end. It was a reroute, because what's coming won't require you to beg for it. It'll be a blessing that fits so perfectly. You realize this is what I was really waiting for all along. You've been faithful in seasons where nobody clapped for you. You showed up when it wasn't easy. You kept going when it didn't feel good. You planted seeds with no audience, no applause, no guarantee. But that's exactly what qualified you for what's coming. See, favor isn't just handed out. It's drawn to those who keep showing up with integrity, humility, and consistency when nobody's watching. You didn't cut corners. You didn't sell out. You didn't compromise who you are just to get ahead. And while others were trying to be seen, you were being shaped. You were being refined. The spotlight didn't see you, but heaven did. And that's where the real reward comes from, because when you remain faithful in the dark, God will reward you in the light. There are blessings that are about to chase you down, not because you shouted the loudest, not because you forced your way into rooms, but because you stayed committed when it looked like nothing was working. You were faithful over little, now get ready to be ruler over much. Your quiet obedience has qualified you for public elevation. So don't envy those who seem to be ahead. Don't let the speed of their success make you question your pace. Your lane is blessed. Your journey is divine. And the blessing that's coming is going to fit you so perfectly, it'll be clear. It wasn't luck, it was alignment. You got here by accident. You got here by faithfulness. You've been in a season where it felt like everything was being taken from you. People walked away, money dried up, support disappeared, doors closed, and you were left wondering, why is everything falling apart? But what if I told you it wasn't falling apart, it was falling into place? See, sometimes God will strip things from your life, not to hurt you, but to clear the path for what's about to enter. He removes the counterfeit before he delivers the real. He shakes the foundation not to destroy you, but to rebuild you on something stronger. Because what's coming into your life is too powerful, too sacred, too divine to be surrounded by chaos, confusion, or clutter. So the loss was necessary. The silence was strategic. The pruning was preparation. There are blessings that can't be delivered in a crowded room. There are miracles that require isolation. And sometimes God will empty your hands so he can fill them with something greater. That heartbreak, that was God creating space. That job you lost, that was him redirecting your steps. That friend who betrayed you, that was protection disguised as pain. What's about to enter your life is going to make sense of everything that left. You look back and say, if that hadn't walked away, I wouldn't have been ready to receive what just walked in. The blessing you never expected is on the way, and the proof is in what's already been removed. Don't mourn what's gone, celebrate what it made room for. You can't keep thinking like the old you and expect to step into something new. The blessing that's coming your way, the one you didn't even expect, it requires a different mindset, a different posture, a different level of belief. Because if you're still carrying fear, doubt, insecurity, or small thinking, you'll block what's meant to bless you. You'll talk yourself out of what God is trying to walk you into. That's why this next chapter starts in your mind. You've got to stretch your thinking. You've got to start believing that you are worthy, that you do deserve goodness, favor, overflow, not because of who you are, but because of who God is. You've got to stop replaying past failures and start rehearsing future victories. Start imagining what it looks like to walk in abundance, to live in peace, to move in purpose. That's not wishful thinking. That's alignment. Old patterns won't unlock new blessings. You can't carry a survival mindset into a season of overflow. You have to let go of the I'm not enough, it's too late, it never works for me narrative. That's not your truth. That's your old self trying to hold you hostage. But where you going, that version of you can't come. So today, decide to upgrade your thoughts, expand your vision, start speaking life over your situation, because the blessing is on the way, but it needs a mind that's ready to receive it. It's not just about what you're waiting on, it's about what's waiting on you to believe it. You've been waiting for the perfect moment, haven't you? Waiting for the stars to align, for the perfect conditions to show up so you can make your move. But let me remind you, the perfect moment doesn't exist. Perfection is a myth, and waiting for it to come before you act will keep you stuck in a cycle of one day. That one day might never come. What's more important than waiting for perfect conditions is knowing that the right time is now. The opportunity you've been praying for, it's already here, disguised as a chance for you to step out in faith. The fear of failure, the doubt in your mind, the hesitation that keeps telling you, I'm not ready, that's just your comfort zone trying to hold you back. But the blessing you've been waiting for doesn't wait for perfect timing. It waits for you to show up, to take action, to move forward in spite of the uncertainty. When you move, God moves. When you take that first step, even when you don't know the whole path, doors begin to open. The courage to act, even when it doesn't feel comfortable, activates the blessings you've been praying for. Waiting for the perfect conditions will keep you in the same place. But when you move, when you act with what you have, with where you are, that's when God begins to make a way. So stop waiting for everything to align. Stop waiting for all the stars to line up in the sky. The moment you step out in faith, you'll realize that the perfect timing was never out there. It was already inside you, ready to be activated. The blessing is waiting on you to make the move. You just have to take the step and watch everything start to fall into place. You've been through the fire, haven't you? The struggles, the setbacks, the betrayals, the disappointments. It's been tough, it's been painful. It's been the kind of struggle that makes you question whether you'll ever see the light at the end of the tunnel. But what if I told you that everything you've been through wasn't just a test, it was preparation? That fire didn't burn you, it purified you. It didn't break you, it built you. And now, the very things that tried to destroy you are going to fuel your success. You see, there's something about going through the toughest seasons that equips you for the blessings that follow. When you endure hardship with faith, with integrity, and with perseverance, you don't just survive. You develop a strength that nothing can take away. That strength becomes the foundation for the blessings that are about to pour into your life. Every tear, every sleepless night, every sacrifice, they weren't in vain. They were shaping you for a greater purpose. And now, after all the refining, after all the testing, you're finally stepping into the kind of blessing that will make everything you went through worth it. You're walking into favor, into opportunity, into breakthrough that's not just for you, but for everyone connected to you. The wait has been long, the journey has been hard, but what you didn't see was that God was preparing you for something beyond what you could imagine. This is your season. This is your time. The blessing that's about to arrive is the culmination of everything you've been through. It's bigger than what you expected. It's more than you ever thought possible. And it's coming right now because you've made it through. You've endured. You've persisted. And the reward is on the way. A blessing that is going to be so big, so overwhelming, that it will make all your struggles feel worth it. So, my friend, take a deep breath and get ready, because the blessing you never expected is about to arrive. It's going to come when you least expect it, from directions you couldn't have imagined. It's not based on your timing, but on the perfect timing of the one who has already seen the end from the beginning. The waiting, the struggles, the setbacks, they've all been necessary to bring you to this very moment. You've been prepared, you've been shaped, you've been tested, and now you're about to step into a season of overflow. Understand this, you are worthy of what's coming. Your faithfulness, your resilience, your strength, they've all qualified you for the blessings that are on their way. Don't let fear, doubt, or insecurity rob you of your future. Embrace the promise. Walk in expectation and get ready to receive what you've prayed for. The journey has not been easy, but it's been purposeful. Everything you've endured has led you here. So don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is now. Step forward, move in faith, and know that the best is yet to come. The blessing you never expected is about to change your life in ways you can't even imagine. Get ready to receive it.